eagles fly. Let's beat the squad. Big Pat Shell and Dante the Dark Child. Drop the stats on them, drop the facts on them. Spur King, baby, let's get it on.
Hey fam, it's your man Dante the Dark Knight. Welcome to another edition of Eagles Talk. Our Philadelphia Eagles are on their way to their second appearance in the Super Bowl in 3 years by mollywopping. Do we still say that? Or is that showing my age? They make their appearance by mollywopping the Washington Commanders. Yes, they it was beyond what I thought was going to happen. I mean, I had confidence that we were going to beat the Washington Commanders, but in the fashion that we did was definitely satisfying and a little bit, somewhat surprising. Somewhat surprising. We hung a double nickel on them. We hung a BG on them, a double nickel, and we only allowed them to score 23 points. We blew them out by 32 points. That is even beyond what I could imagine. I mean, it was a dominating performance, man, and we're going to the Super Bowl. We're going to the Super Bowl, and I'm hyped about that, man. Hyped about seeing our team go back for revenge, and this has been like a revenge tour to me, anyway, because I wanted the Washington Commanders after what they did to us that second regular season matchup where Jalen got knocked out, CJ got thrown out, and they scored a last second touchdown. And they were talking a lot. They were talking a lot. I'm talking about the fans and the such. And I just wanted to see them again because I knew that wasn't a true showing of our Philadelphia Eagles in that second game. And albeit I'll give them credit, they knocked Jalen out. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to play tough, physical, and hopefully you knock the opposing quarterback out of the game. And they did that. But in reality, I was just thinking like if we are at full strength, it wouldn't have turned out the way it did on that Sunday. Not only that, I feel that we were on our way to probably putting another double nickel up on them that day, but Jalen got knocked out of the game. I mean, we already had 2 turnovers. We were about to, you know, go up again. So we got our revenge. I got a chance to see them in the playoffs and in the NFC Championship game at that, which was even better because it meant that we were going to play at home. So I love that aspect of it. And we were going to exact some revenge on the Commanders. And we did both. We played at home, rambunctious crowd. And that just fuels the guys on the field, right? As if they need any more reason to go out there and dominate. You have the home crowd behind you. And it just was a perfect storm for us, not for the Commanders. It was horrible. It was horrible for them. But for us, it was the perfect storm. And we mollywopped them 55-23. You guys, man, everybody's hyped out here. Yo, that's what's up. And without further ado, let me just bring you guys in because right now you are my co-host of this evening. My co-hosts are coming. They're going to join me. But you guys are my co-hosts until they get here. So, first person in the room tonight is Richard Layton. He says, Eagles family, what's up? Super Bowl bound. Yes, Super Bowl bound. And Eddie's in the house. He says, let's go. Yes, let's go. Rambo is watching us on YouTube. And he says, Chiefs. Oh, God, you got to get out of here, Rambo. We're going to kick you out. All right, so Fernando says hi. Yeah, KC to win Super Bowl. Oh, wow. Okay. I mean, hey, everybody has their own opinion, but ooh, that's another that's another game on our revenge tour, and I just think that it's going to be a different outcome than what you think, Rambo. All right, Dion is in the house. He says 55 on them. Commodores fans in Virginia area ducking me. I'm looking for. And Big JM Eagles will lose to KC. Okay, all right. I haven't, and this is good. Like I don't like as if I need any other fuel, but it's the Super Bowl, so I'm up for it. I know they're getting up for it, but I just listen. I just listen, just as I listen to the Commanders talk much crap after beating us in the regular season, how I listened to them in the week leading up to the game and all the talk, all the trash talk that they were. I just listened. I didn't, and I even after the game, I have not talked to them in my normal trash talking man. I have, and I haven't done it like all year. I purposely have not done it. I've been enjoying us winning, but I'm like Kobe. I'm like Kobe. Like we haven't won anything yet. I don't. I didn't even want to go out on the streets of Philadelphia on Sunday night. Everybody was going. I said, "Nah, I'm not." I was keeping my Mamba mentality. I was like, "Well, nah. The job's not done. Job's not done." I mean, I'm happy we're in the Super Bowl. I'm going to, and I said that. I said I'm gonna celebrate the night.
Hmm.
But after that, we got to get ready for the Super Bowl, man. We're not going there this time to be let down. We're not going there like in 22, having the extraordinary season that we had, and then came up short in the Super Bowl. We're not. We're going to finish the job. We have unfinished business. So I'm keeping my game face on. I'm not. I don't even want to trash talk to the opponent fans. You guys got it. Whatever you think you're going to do, all right, we'll see. We'll see on Sunday. We'll see on Super Bowl Sunday.
Definitely.
Um, oh, we're gonna have to kick him out. All right, dude has got hate speech going on here. All right, dude, can't do that, man. We don't do that. Dion says we turned them over 9 times in those last 2 games. Shut y'all asses up. Wayne says, "What's up, DK? The Legends of Green is winning the Super Bowl. That's how I. That's how I feel." Can the Super Bowl end in a draw? No, it cannot. Simon
No,
says
no.
we gotta lay the smack down.
I don't know how idiotic a comic that can be, or you must not know about the last game of the season, but it cannot ever end in a draw.
No, yeah, not ever ending a draw. But we're just starting out, Pat. So let me, for the culture, man. You ready? I know Pat's
Am
ready.
I
I know
ready?
Dion's ready.
I
Dion
got the
probably
corner
got a
left. I got
shots
the
in.
corner left before I get the new bottle.
All right, Dion probably 2 shots in. We got to catch up to Dion. All right, so you are watching Eagles Talk, the most unique Eagles coverage show around. That's by us Eagles fans, for us Eagles fans, for us NFC champions Eagle fans. We like to talk about our favorite football team, and we do so in such a relaxed manner that we enjoy our favorite up beverage in the form of shots. I don't have anything. Oh my goodness. All right, so Pat is going to be doing the Woodford Reserve as he has always done all year, and he can't mess the mojo up, so he has to continue that.
Man, that one time I didn't do it.
So, you guys let me know what you're doing out there because we're going to keep the celebration going. We gotta, after this, we got a week, got to put our game faces on, we got to get ready for the Super Bowl.
Yes,
But
sir.
today, we continue the celebration. So, raise your glasses to our NFC champion Philadelphia Eagles. So, down the hatch, 3, 2, 1.
You're now listening to the
All right, first quarter, man. I don't even. Don't get me wrong. I've watched the game about 3 times already. Right.
Yeah. Every time we came, I watched it.
And we can talk about it. I mean, we can talk about it, but I'm just I'm still on cloud 9 at how it went down. And shout out to Miller's Ale House, man. Another party. And I told you guys, if you guys didn't see the pregame, I told the story of us coming in, well, me coming into Miller's to set up
Ooh,
and being approached by a what's that? What I want to
patron.
regular, a regular
Hmm.
at Miller's, and he was like, "You guys doing the podcast?" I said, "Yeah." He's like, "Man, you guys haven't been here all year. You're gonna mess up the mojo." And I understood because I'm all about the mojo. I don't want to mess up the mojo. I said, "Well," I said, "Brother, we were here a month ago for the Carolina game." He said, "Oh, I wasn't here that week." I said, "But beyond that, let me just give you our resume as Eagles
Hmm.
talk." and Miller's Ale House. I said, we were here in 2017 for the NFC Championship game, and we blew out the Minnesota Vikings. I said, we were also here in 22 for the NFC Championship game, and we beat, I forget who we beat.
The San
Oh,
Francisco
San Francisco,
49ers.
and we beat the San Francisco 49ers down.
Mm-hmm.
I said, so check our resume. I think you want Eagles Talk to be here during the NFC Championship game. And true to form, we blew out the Commanders. So we have a undefeated record in the NFC Championship game and appearing live at Miller's Ale House for that game.
Definitely.
Definitely. Oh my goodness. So now he wants us to come back, but we don't have that impressive record in the Super Bowl. So we don't have that impressive record in
We
the
do
Super
not.
Bowl. So we are going to avoid Miller's Ale House. We've only been there one Super Bowl, and that was last 22, and we did
Mm-hmm.
not win that. So we are all about the mojo. We want to steer clear of anything that may jinx us from winning the Super Bowl. That's what we do. I'm like Jalen. We're like Jalen. We want to win. We're going to do whatever it takes. We're going to win, and we're going to be conservative too. Like Jalen is conservative, and y'all be getting on him because you think that he should let the ball fly sometimes, and he is just trying not to turn the ball over. You see how that works? Because he's
I don't.
concentrating on winning. We're like that. We're going to be conservative because we want to win, and we're concentrating on winning.
I'm more thinking this team is yes, we are a run first team, and this is what make this offense go. Having the ability to run the ball at any time we really want to, and having Jalen back there being the catalyst is to jumpstart this offense. Because what I've been hearing all this week is how Jalen is just like what you just said. He's just steering the ship instead of doing what he needs to do to win the game. Yes, he's winning the game, and that's what we want. Does it really matter how we win the game? Does it matter that we throw for 300 yards and have 100 yards or less than 100 yards rushing to win the game, or 300 yards rushing and 150 yards passing? But isn't the most important stat the W?
Yes, it is, man. It is the most important stat, and as we talked about before, I'm not evaluating Jalen on the things that you guys want to evaluate him on. You guys go ahead. You want to evaluate him on how many times he throws the ball or doesn't throw the ball away, how long he holds the ball, and all that stuff. His passing yards not being up there with the Joe Barrows and Josh Allen's of the world. You guys go ahead. If that's the metrics you want to use to evaluate Jalen, I'm going to evaluate Jalen off of wins. That's all. Because that's the only thing you're hired to do.
Yes.
That's the only thing you're hired to do is to win football games.
Yeah, exactly. Like
And he is one of the best at it
he
since
is.
he has been a starter.
He
He is
is.
one of the best in the league at winning football games. So you guys go and evaluate him on all of that. I'll take the W's, and I'm going to sleep well at night. I'm going to take the W's while you guys are tossing and turning and bitching and moaning. And he doesn't see such and such, and he held the ball. He should have threw it away. He should have. We're winning. W's, man. W's. What are you talking about, man? Practice? No.
We're not gonna do that practicing. but Dark Knight, I totally agree with you 100%. Like we asked for winners. Like let's be honest with you. We when Andy Reid was here, they went to 5 NFC Championship games. They only went to advance to the Super Bowl once. And out of that one time they advanced, they lost the game. We got sick and tired of them advancing and not doing anything with it. We got sick and tired of we went to 5 NFC Championship games and did not do nothing with it. We only got through with one. We were the NFC Buffalo Bills at one point. Like, let's
Yeah,
be
yeah.
real. We will all wish we out of those five that we got there out three times out of those five, right? Especially that Tampa Bay game, that Carolina game. We wish we got there because that was
Stop.
those
Uh,
teams.
Stop it. Stop. What are you doing, man? We're heading to the
But you,
Super Bowl,
but you see
and you
that, but
brought
you
up
see
the
that,
Tampa Bay game?
but you see
Why
that,
you
but you
brought?
see that, you see that, you
Yes,
see that anger you just got,
yes.
how
We
mad you
still
just
hurt
got.
over that.
Jalen is winning.
Yes,
He's winning
exactly.
by any means necessary. That's what matters. What matters is that not you put up 400 yards passing the ball and it looks pretty and you lose the game. Freaking Matthew Stafford threw up 300 yards against us in the playoff game this year, but they lost.
But they're in Cancun right now, right?
He's in Cancun. He said 1, 2, 3,
One, two,
Cancun.
three, Cancun. He's in Cancun, and that's the point I'm making, man. Um, the, the feeling, the culture has changed around here. Now,
Hmm.
you made a poignant point about the 2000s. We were a dominating team in the 2000s, right? We
Hmm.
were in 5 straight NFC championship games, and we only broke through one time and then lost the Super Bowl.
Hmm.
Look at this run here. This is our third in 8 years.
Our second in 2 years,
It's our second in
and our
3 years,
third in the 8 years, I believe it
and
is.
our third in 8 years. Our third Super Bowl in 8 years, meaning we've made the NFC Championship game 3 times and we've won all three, as opposed to the 2000s when we made it 5 times and was 1-4 in those
Hmm.
games. We're 3-0 in those games now. Now we're not even thinking about the NFC Championship record anymore. We're worried about the Super Bowl record.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? So this is a better day. I dare say it's a better day than then. And don't get me wrong, those were glory days, man. The
Hmm.
Andy Reid era was a very glorious era. He
He has
had
some
us
magnificent
contenders.
teams.
Yes, we had some magnificent teams. We were perennial contenders during that era,
Hmm.
like no other time in our history, right? Like no other time in our history. And here we are in this era, and I won't even count the Super Bowl win, but in just Nick Sirianni's era, 2 out of the last 3 years we appeared in the Super Bowl. And I really have a great feeling about our chances this time in this Super Bowl. All right, we have the
Definitely.
Queen coming up. Let me see. Queen was getting it in at Miller's, man. You guys missed it. The Queen was she was getting it in. She was party. She was getting it in, man. Yes, you guys missed it. We had a grand old time at Miller's Ale House, as we do every NFC Championship game. It hasn't been an appearance that we've had at during the NFC Championship game at Miller's where it did not turn out. It did not turn into a full fledged party
Hmm.
by the fourth quarter. We were full fledged partying. I mean, come on, the Vikings, that was a blowout. The San Fran, that was a laugher, and this one was a laugher. Oh, I love Miller's, but we're not going there for the Super Bowl though. But I love Miller's. How are you, Nichelle?
I'm well. Can you hear me okay?
A little louder, or put the microphone closer to your.
How's that?
Uh, say again. Keep keep talking.
Check, 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 check,
No, you could be a little louder.
check, check,
There
check,
you
Yeah,
go.
check.
there you go.
There you go.
Good.
There you go. Yeah.
It looks different for me on the back end. Are we doing something new?
Yeah, we did. I'm doing the portrait style for our phone people, for people that are watching on our phone
But how does
and
it look to the
IG.
people that are not on the phone?
It looks like that.
I'm
we
sorry.
give them we give them widescreen on
Y'all are
Sundays.
killing me.
We give them widescreen on
I
Sundays.
was confused.
We gotta we gotta look out for our IG people. We get our IG people a full screen so they can see it. So every now and again. So how are you doing? You still feel good over a Sunday, or I'm over it. I got my Mamba mentality on now. Like I'm ready to play
Listen,
the
listen,
game.
listen. I'm ready. I got a whole green margarita here with me right now.
Ooh,
Okay,
ooh.
I got a whole green margarita with me today. So, listen, I don't really have any qualms, any worries, any of that
Yeah, I feel the same way.
whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? Some of the people don't like the portrait style.
Oh yeah. Oh okay.
Yeah,
They gotta
Oh,
go. They gotta go
watch.
on Instagram.
You guys have been have us on the big screen. You guys been watching this on the big screen.
a
That's a
lot of people do, so they
They
like
do.
it the way we usually do it. A lot of people put
okay.
you could cast to your TV easy from Facebook.
Oh, that's what's up. I mean,
Yeah,
don't get me wrong. This is not a permanent thing.
yeah.
Just want to give a little love to
But
the
I'm
IG people.
excited. I'm excited. I mean, there's still hate out there for our coach and our QB. Like, I'm on the train. I'm on the train. I see we got Chiefs fans with us tonight. Hey, Chiefs fans.
Yeah, they are in there, and they're
I'm. I'm.
talking.
Chiefs can
I'm gonna say
Chiefs
this.
can. Y'all know y'all like cousins because Andy Reid was ours first. So stop playing
Right.
with us.
So the Chiefs are definitely going down. All right, since the Chiefs Kingdom want to come here and talk their stuff and talk whatever they talk, they're going to get beat down like they ain't never got beat down this whole year. They're 15. They were 15-2. They had a very good season. They won a lot of games very closely, very controversial games with those refs, with certain things. A lot of calls being called. This game is not going to be the same. This game is not going to be the same.
It's not.
They're not a running team, but by God, it they do run the ball. They run the ball effective. One of
Yeah.
the main things they do is yes, they do. They are very aggressive. They're a very aggressive team. They almost kind of mirror us in a little bit. They get after you since they got Pacheco back. Kareem Hunt is a very good acquisition that they return back to that offense. Travis Kelsey is he's one of the greatest tight ends ever. Um, Patrick Mahomes is Patrick Mahomes. It's the benchmark that everybody measures their quarterback with right now. But at the same time, they haven't won against a defense like this. This
Hmm.
defense has been on a perennial take the ball away from the opposition all season. All right. We went against a Washington football team who quarterback would be talented is the next great thing. Right. That football team gave up 4 turnovers when they didn't turn the ball over all preseason, all postseason, when they played the Detroit Lions, when they played Tampa Bay Buccaneers, did not turn the ball over. But they come to Philadelphia. What happened? They turned over 4 times, and that wasn't the first time they turned the ball over against us. And a lot of
Hmm.
these players are looking at this team saying they have the better talent with the quarterback, they had the better talent with the tight end. Good. That's where it stops.
That's where it stop. It's like
Chris Jones is good though. I'm sorry.
maybe a position or two, maybe because
Hmm.
our roster is that deep. Maybe a position or two you might edge us out, but overall, overall, this is a very talented roster, and
Damn right.
And we're very
collectively,
physical.
and
I
yeah, I'm
think
about
I
to say,
think the edge to the physicality goes to the Eagles
Hmm.
in this season that we're in right now, frankly. And I also think we're here playing with a chip on our shoulder. And I think that chip is a little bit heavier than what the Chiefs chip is because they're the golden boys right now. They're the
Yeah.
golden boys right now, but not us. Our QB has been scrutinized in the local media, the national media, within his own fan base. He is a history making quarterback
Hmm.
that we've never seen in this city before. But yet people still act like he has something to prove to them. He doesn't have anything to prove. I love when he said, "Is that what you want to see? If I need to throw it, I throw it. It doesn't matter what y'all think about, and RG3, did you see RG3's takedown about you guys the media is not actually assessing quarterbacks in today's game and
Mm-mm.
what they're playing for. And sometimes you don't need to put up 3,000, 4,000 yards. You do have to balance that and be a game manager. And it doesn't mean the team is carrying you. That's not how this works. It's a team sport. He
Mhm.
has to play with 10 other people on the field. And if what they're doing is working means he doesn't throw as much, then it doesn't throw. If what they're doing is working, that means that Saquon doesn't run as much, then he doesn't run. all the people on our team, all of our players have bought into that. We do whatever it takes to win. If AJ got to go sit and read his book, I'm gonna go sit and read my book. Because guess what? Guess what? I'm going to the Super Bowl. Y'all, and we take out of context. The media has zero emotional intelligence to realize that they've all bought into this. It's the outside folks that haven't bought into how they're winning. And that and I want them to stay inside with that. I want them to stay with each other. I want them to stay with their coach. They crying on their coach's shoulder. They are a
Yeah.
tight knit group. And I don't care what anybody says. That's how you win championships. That's how you build dynasties, is when you have a tight knit group that no matter what the outside noise is, nothing pulls them apart, from the coaching staff down to the players, down to up to management. And that's what we need to win a championship and to be able to be in this position to go back, not even barely 2 years later.
Right. Not even 2 years later. That is impressive in itself, with the age of Super Bowl losers falling off the edge of the cliff and not being heard from uh,
Mhm.
for
Ever
a
again.
while, right? For a
Keep
while.
doubting us. Keep doubting us. Go ahead.
Well,
Keep
Yeah.
listen,
doubting us.
the Golden Arm, Joe Burrow, who they were scared to get him in the playoffs this year. He didn't even make the playoffs, right?
Right.
Since he been to the Super Bowl, he hasn't even sniffed the playoffs again, or even come close to the production what they've done to that year than when he went to the Super Bowl. So these teams, these potent quarterbacks, the Justin Herberts, the Josh Allens, when you want to win the game, you have to bring a balance, and that's what the Kansas City Chiefs bring to the table. That's what the Philadelphia Eagles bring to the table. They bring a balance. They can win any way they want to
Mhm.
win, and that's why these dynamic quarterbacks like the Jalen Daniels, the prolific throwing quarterback of the football, whoever you want to throw out there, they're not going to get it done like these two quarterbacks are going to get it done, because they are not selfish to get your own stats. They are selfish for team football, right?
Period.
Team football. Because
Period.
any visuals like Jalen Hurts just said, I'm not in this game for stats. I'm in this game for team accomplishments and wins. What are you about?
Right. Are you about the win and the ring? Or are you
Mhm.
about stats?
Right.
Because what did RG3 say? He said stats are like a bikini. They may show things, but they ain't showing everything.
Right. That's a great one. That's a great one. But I agree with you too, Michelle. This team's physical nature is what's been getting it by in these playoffs and all season long. The physical nature of this team is unparalleled. I mean, as there's only been a couple, and we're talking about football. We're talking about football here, and I'm telling you, there've only been a few teams that might have matched the intensity and physicality of the Eagles this year. This is how how bad these guys are, how tough these guys are. I'll give Washington. Washington, dude, they play tough. They just don't have the talent, right? That's where
Mm,
they are deficient. They're deficient in talent, but their heart and they come to hit. They do that. Who else was there? Baltimore was kind of physical too, but we out physical all those teams, man. I mean, and that's the one thing that we can say we can hang our hat on that. When we step on the field, we lay hands on you. And
Put the
when the
paws
game
on
is over, you know that you were in a game with the Eagles. You know that. You know that you were in the game with the Eagles. And that's what Kansas City going to find out. And the Kansas City fan that's in there talking about Kansas City is a greater team, I beg to differ. I beg to differ. I don't even think Kansas City's record, I mean, schedule was as tough as ours.
Well, I
And
mean, the thing about it, we got a game against these guys, and we're going to show and prove who's the better team, right? If I heard an analyst talking about if you put Jalen Hurts in this Eagles team in the AFC, he doesn't have the same record. Jalen Hurts against the talented AFC quarterbacks, right? Against the
yes,
Lamar Jacksons, against the Joe
Joe
Burrows,
Burrows.
against even Patrick Mahomes. He's 14-1. You know that one loss is in the Super Bowl.
Yep,
He's
yep,
14-1.
Yeah.
against AFC teams.
Against
So
AFC
I
teams.
understand they say what have he done? If he was this good, he should have won the Super. Man, he outdo Joe Burrow. He just had one mistake, and those one
He
mistake
outplayed Mahomes in that Super Bowl. Don't get it
Yeah, he
he
did.
twisted.
outplayed a lot of people with that performance.
Come
So
on
if we
now.
have that same
Stop playing
performance
with
that
me.
he's been having these playoffs, especially this last game, being consistent, no turnovers, and relying on not only the pass game, the run game, and the defense, this game is not going to be close.
I'm gonna tell
No.
y'all something right now. Y'all new folks in the comments, since y'all probably new here and you don't know me and you know this team, we don't
Mhm.
do disrespect here. No, we ain't saying he bum, he trash. We don't say that about Mahomes.
Mm-mm.
We don't say that
Right.
about good players. We don't say that about great players. If you want to do that, you can go on their other channels. Real talk. If you want to give some critique about how he does whatever with the ball or whatever, if you want to give some football critique, give it. But we ain't no bums up here. We got your bum. I got your bum right here. We'll see your bum on
Who
Super
said
Bowl.
that? Who
But I'm gonna
somebody
let y'all know.
No.
While you
He
here, you
could
better
talk
put some respect
because
on
when
people's
we come
names.
back on this platform after the Super Bowl and when that W when we running
I
down
got your
Broad Street,
bum.
I got a shirt just for you.
People just
Oh, you talking
like
about
y'all just
JM?
love being
Yeah.
toxic.
No, not Jay and
Like
Foxy.
you can't say
Yeah.
nothing
I'm not
without
gonna put him
calling
up there.
somebody's names. You know who's a
Uh,
bum? You the bum. Come on
yeah.
now, don't play
He's
with
not
me.
an
I
Eagle
am
fan.
not in the mood. I
No,
done
no,
work
no.
late.
You got some Chiefs fans that's coming on
That's
here.
cool.
Oh
No, I
no,
want
no,
them to
no.
stay
It's
there. I
cool.
want them
It's
to stay
cool.
here. Don't block them. Let them be
Yeah,
here.
no, I'm not gonna
Let them
block
be
him.
here.
No, no.
We don't
But
we don't
what they
block.
not
No.
going to do is sit here and call people bums.
It's all right. Cool. Oh, 42. All right, all right. No, no. As I said before, I have not even gotten into it with our opposing fans
Hmm.
during this run, man. And I could be right now. I could be really brutal right now, but I'm not done that, right? I'm talking about because I got a lot of Commanders fans around me
Ooh.
in my circle, and they talk so much crap, and I still haven't talked. I mean, I have talked to them, but I haven't even talked about the game. I haven't even talked about the game because it's like what we said, man, we haven't done anything yet. The job's not over.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Now, in a week or two, when we're hoisting the Lombardi, I don't think anybody want to be around. You
I'm not
don't
gonna
want
hold
to be
back.
around.
I'm not gonna
Uh,
hold back. That show is gonna be rated R
yeah, yeah,
for
yeah.
the
That show
language
will
we're
be a
gonna be
lot
talking
different.
about.
But
I
I
do
let
wanna.
everybody talk, and I keep receipts. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of receipts for the Commanders and the
Mhm.
Rams fans. I got a lot of receipts,
I
right?
do
And
want
I'm gonna
to.
keep these receipts right here. 40 Chase and
Yeah, it's
Buddy
cool.
Moles, Chiefs Nation. Y'all, I mean, as you're supposed to. You're
Oh
supposed
yeah,
to have
You
that.
I'm
support your team.
choosing violence from here on out, Shell.
You,
I'm choosing violence from here on out.
but
Come
you know
on,
what? I do
stop
want to talk
playing
about
with
this
me.
one comment. This one comment by JM, right? Because this is what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to talk about your quarterback. You're supposed to hype your quarterback up and be proactive with what you're talking about. You're talking about this. I want to bring this comment up really, real quickly. It's a big comment. It's by JM off of YouTube. He said,
What up, JM?
Patrick Mahomes is the type of quarterback that the Eagles struggle with this year. Improvising quarterbacks that diagnose the Eagles' defense pre-snap, like Baker Mayfield and Bryce Young, comes to mind. You're 100% right. I'm not gonna sit there and say you're
Not
wrong,
disagreeing. That's a
but
football analysis,
you got to
though.
understand something. After those games, Vic Fangio went back to the drawing board and said, "You know what? We can't have this moving forward.
Right.
You can't have this moving forward." And what happens is offense and defense need to work together. When you have your offense on the field for less than a minute, you're killing the defense's time. Like they're
Yeah,
getting tired. Like Darius Slay
yeah.
said,
That
"Listen,
first
we was
score,
we,
that
we was
first
on there
score,
for
he was like,
17
"Sheesh."
plays. We tired a little bit. And that
Right.
one play, 18 seconds, like, dude, give us a break." But that's real
Listen,
talk. Like when we played the Washington Commanders in the second game of the season, when we was putting up points with our backup quarterbacks and all this, our defense was getting tired because our backup quarterbacks were not sustaining drives.
gotta
Now that we have
sustain the
Jalen
drive.
in there, he's a natural threat. He is a natural threat. Not only does to pass the ball and be efficient passing the ball, but handing it off to the best running back in the NFL, or taking it his doggone self and becoming that threat that they don't want in the open field.
Yeah, and let's
Those
talk
or
about
those
the.
or
those married
passing to one of the best wide receivers in the game,
correct.
the maybe the best duo in the game, There's a multitude of ways that we can beat you, and we've shown it in every game this postseason. Like we've shown you,
Mhm.
that we're limitless when it comes to that on in ways on how we win. Now, don't get me wrong. I give all the credit in the world. The Kansas City Chiefs are two-time defending Super Bowl champs,
They
so we're
are.
not sneezing at them. I don't think that they're as good as they were last year or the year before that. Just my personal view. I don't. I think that they're still dangerous because Andy Reid is calling plays. And
He
while
is.
Andy Reid is calling plays,
He's still
you
big red,
got to,
y'all.
yeah, you got to worry about them. And he's
Respect
got a week to prepare for that. So yes, I expect to see the best of Andy Reid, but I am so comfortable with
with where
expecting
we
to
are.
see the best of Fangio too. I
Yes.
am so comfortable with that.
And again, shout out. I see a Commanders fan here. Listen, shout out to the Commanders. I mean, if it wasn't for us in Washington, we could be in the days of the NFC least.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Remember, we had those days. You know what I'm saying? But the fact that our division ended up in the championship round, that's big for the NFC East. Now, I can't speak for the Giants and the Cowboys. They got to get their ish together. But shout out to the Commanders, having a young QB that was doing his thing, a rookie QB to make it that far. But again, as Jalen said in the mic'd up after he hit AJ for the touchdown, he said, "That's what the F I do."
Yeah.
That's what he turns it on and off when he feels like it, not when y'all want to see it. And that's what I like about that
Mhm.
attitude. I do what I have to do to win the game, not what you think, not what anybody else thinks, what me and my team thinks matters more than everybody else. And when I get that W,
What up, Eddie? Yo, we gotta take this
Eddie
shot, man.
said, I
We
set
gotta
my
take
ass.
this shot.
All right, yeah, Dak, I haven't even stopped the quarter yet. All right, we're going to end this quarter right here. You guys,
And that's the end of the quarter.
guys are watching Eagles Talk, the most unique Eagles coverage show around us by us Eagles fans for us Eagles fans. And here on Eagles Talk, we like to talk about our favorite football team, that is the NFC champion Philadelphia Eagles, and we do so in such a relaxed manner that we enjoy our favorite adult beverage in the form of shots. Shots. So, you guys, get the drinks ready because we're still celebrating. We're still celebrating. Pat is doing the Woodford Reserve.
I
Michelle
got a margarita, a Eagles green margarita.
read it, and I don't have anything. All right, so here we go. Let me know what you're doing out there. To our Philadelphia Eagles, down the hatch. 3, 2, 1.
You're now listening to the second quarter.
All right, so I'm not choosing violence yet. I'm not choosing violence yet. This is good. I think JM is doing. He's not over the top.
No. I mean,
He's giving
let's be
good
realistic.
analysis.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Hmm.
he's the realistic and all that, and we are prepared or going to be prepared for a battle.
Mhm.
We're not. We don't. Well, I can't say I don't expect a blowout because we done had some blowouts. You know what I mean? Like they come unexpectedly too. Like you be like, all right, people be like, it's gonna be a tough game. Like, we're gonna win by 32.
I
I
mean,
don't.
historically, our Super Bowls have been close the past 15 years.
Mm,
When we lost to the Pats, 3 points. When we won against the Pats, when
yeah,
we lost to the Chiefs, 3 points. You know what I
yeah,
mean? So these are going to be 12 full rounds of a boxing match.
It is.
12
yes,
full
yes.
rounds. It's going down to the last round. And that's what I fully expect from these two teams is to go toe to toe, blow for blow, 12 rounds.
Well,
Who's
I
the
hate to
uh
say
who's
this.
the who's the favorite in the Super Bowl? Is that
It
right?
They
opened up
are.
as
They
it,
are
yeah,
by 2 points or 1.5.
it
The
opened up
right.
as they were favorites.
Mhm.
Let me see who it is
And
right
I
now.
love that. I don't want us to be favorites. I,
Yeah,
I
okay.
want us to keep that chip on our shoulder. It's the
Yeah,
best
let's
feeling
go.
when
Milt
nobody
says, let's
believes and
go.
everybody picks the other team.
One point
Just
five
like
favorites.
everybody picked the Commanders with a rookie QB to
Nobody.
beat us because they was the shiny new toy on the block and thought we wasn't going to open that can.
Yeah,
Let me go
they're
to some comments.
1.5 favorites.
Hmm.
Milt says our Eagles going to win it all again. Let's go, Bird Gang. Shell is out here telling lies. make her smart. You ain't
I,
drinking no
I still got
damn
his bottle
liquor.
here, Shell. I still got your
Yeah,
sweet
so
whiskey bottle
Shaw
here,
don't
baby.
even he
no,
don't even do make
I
that like
know. What
that
are you talking
grown
about?
man stuff, does
We
he?
stop it, Shell. You over there with your fluffy
You're
slippers
fruity,
and your
fruity, fresh and tooty.
and the umbrella in your drink. Stop it. Stop it.
Y'all
I
funny.
know you already prepared. Stop it. And don't be yelling at you. You're gonna be loud and lying. So
Yeah.
all right, Wayne says we back in New Orleans since our first Super Bowl in 1981. That's what's up. JM, a Kansas City fan, says thankfully the Chiefs have the only DT in the NFL who can simulate Jalen Carter in practice. And Chris Jones still concerned though since the Chiefs have a backup guard. Yeah, we're gonna
Mm,
eat. We're gonna eat off of
Yeah,
that.
they're gonna slide protection to his side.
mhm.
I know Andy Reid ain't that stupid to one-on-one block Jalen Carter. Just like Washington wasn't that stupid. They're missing their guard. They slide protected towards Jalen Carter the whole entire game.
Mhm, mm,
But that brings up other aspects of our defensive line that needs to come alive. Milton Williams, Jordan Davis, who got a sack last week, who's just a mountain of a man. Nolan Smith, who's actually I think he broke a record for sacks for the Eagles this year.
he did.
I think what is it,
Who?
4 sacks or something
He's
like that
like a
for the
quiet
postseason?
assassin in these
Yeah,
playoff
he
ball.
got 4 sacks in the postseason. He's been
Shout out to
dominant.
Nolan Smith.
Josh Sweat has been holding the edge down, and guess what? Guess who's coming back, baby?
BG. I saw BG at
BG.
practice. Yeah, that was incredible. Jeremiah says, I think our secondary matches up good, but it will be one in the trenches. Yeah, I agree with that.
Tight end.
Mhm.
Someone says, I think a key to winning is to make force Pacheco and Hunt to fumble, which is one of our specialties. We've been doing it
We
all
some punch
postseason.
out kings. Don't
Yeah,
get
the
it
punch out king,
twisted.
and that's a part of that physicality.
Yes.
You know what
Mhm.
I mean? We're not
Facts.
we're taking the ball away. You know, when you're
Facts.
causing fumbles like that, we're taking the ball away. They're not turning it over. We're bullying. We're taking the ball away from them. Give
Yeah.
me that. Get that out to you. Know what I'm saying?
Give
Like,
me
give
So
me
that.
what you
that.
doing with that? You don't want that.
I like
Hey,
Wayne's comment about Shipley because y'all know I've been always high on Shipley. I was like, they
Mm,
need to turn him loose. If this was when we had the 3-man running by committee, but we got Saquon, obviously,
mhm.
I think Shipley would be getting a lot more clock if we didn't have Saquon because I love to watch that young man run and I'm excited to see what he does, coming up in the next couple of seasons.
well,
Yeah,
you know,
I
he
agree with
probably if we didn't have Saquon, I would agree with you because he probably would be in better shape too because he got gas on that stuff. He wasn't even used to running.
Was like, you need more game time, bro, because that was a touchdown. You
Yeah,
got gas. You got gas like 3 yards away.
I think he didn't want to fumble. I
no,
think he didn't want to
no, man.
fumble.
They hawked
That,
that pulley board down. I can
that,
But
admit
he
it.
looked
They
good.
hawked it
He
down.
looked
He
good.
did look good hitting them holes,
he
but then he was
did.
like, I think he also was like, oh my God, the end zone's right there. And he hit that wall. You know that wall when you run in track and you're like, I'm there. I
Yeah,
done took the lead. And you're like, oh, I need some more energy.
yeah, yeah.
I actually,
That's
I
what
actually
happened,
did that.
man.
I did that in a flag football game. A quarter pass at like the 10-yard line. It was a slant across the middle. I hit that speed. It's like, oh, I'm getting there. I got, I got to the 20. I'm like the 15, the 10. I say, hey, y'all, am I here yet?
Yes. Yes. He
Yeah,
realized he's
that's
like,
what
oh,
it
this
should be
field
like.
is
He's like,
long.
I'm not here yet. Oh my goodness, this is for not
um,
playing, man. Saquon getting all the clock, man.
yeah,
I'm not in shape, which we don't have to worry about. And that's something that we haven't given the defense. You talked about how gas they were, and they talked about being gas, but they
Mm-hmm.
don't show it late in the games. Why?
Mm-hmm.
Because Fangio, upon his arrival, first thing I heard him talk about and emphasize in his first press conference was conditioning.
hmm
And
Mm-hmm.
he has implemented a conditioning program, and everyone on the defense and his star pupils are Jalen Carter and Davis, although Davis doesn't play as much. But Jalen Carter is still he plays almost every snap. Now that is a far cry from what how he played last year at the end of the year, especially. And
Yeah.
he has these guys conditioned, and they look strong at the end of games.
yeah.
They look
Yeah.
and they're finishing games, man.
I,
I
I'm
just had that
impressed.
conversation about conditioning. We were talking about
mhm.
the injury prone Sixers, and I said, how come nobody's looking at their strength and conditioning coach? Because why, you know what I mean? Because the Eagles had to go through that when we were getting a lot of injuries.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
remember that.
I
It's
remember
They
that.
that
had to, and they had to take a deep look at how they did strength and conditioning. And
is
ever
that
since then,
is that in the players on the off season taking it serious. Some of
that
these
part,
players took it super serious to get in shape. They didn't party. They didn't do this. They didn't do that. They changed their diets. They cut their hair off. They stuck together. They stayed in Philly. They worked out with their conditioning
they were
team.
serious. They
They were
made the
serious and
sacrifice.
they
They
make
made
the
the
sacrifice.
sacrifice.
That's what these players in the NBA. I know we getting off topic when we going about the Sixers. There are a lot of different teams out there, but that's what I see with these guys. They don't take the conditioning aspect of basketball serious. So back to the football aspect. I saw Hassan put up a comment. I'm gonna put it up real quick. Dark Knight,
Go ahead.
and I saw Jeremiah too. They talk about I don't need to see BG out there. Another comment was out there said, "Do you think the BG come out with disrupt a flow of the defensive line by silly Matt music?" I don't think so because you got to realize something. Bryce Huff ain't doing a jack squat on the defense. All
No.
right. If Bryce Huff is not giving you anything, and you got Jalen Hunts, you got Josh Sweat, you got Nolan Smith, you got these other defensive linemen doing their thing, and Bryce Huff is getting one or two plays a game. I throw Brandon Graham out there with one arm. I think he might give you more than that.
Mhm.
Yes, I do. I believe that too. If not for anything but to extend the rotation, he'd be good. He'll be good for that. Do I expect him to be in mid-season form like as he was when he got hurt?
Hmm.
No,
Maybe not, but he could
no,
still
he could
spell
he
there.
could he could get some snaps in
Right.
and make a difference. I definitely am not opposed to having him in the
Yeah.
mix when it comes to that, for sure. And truth be told, on the other side of the ball, I hope they even go further than what they did last Sunday,
Hmm.
in
Mhm.
terms of opening the playbook up. You know what I mean? I know the big controversy. Oh God, the local media is exhausting. Exhausting. I don't like that he said that. Like they got so many Karens over there at WIP. It drives me crazy.
He said he
All
took the
because
straight
he
jacket
said
off.
I they took, I got my I was allowed to take the straight jacket off. He's letting you know he has so much more in the tank that he hasn't even scratched the surface of the things that he can do. But these people that have zero emotional intelligence,
Hmm.
that are supposed to be our local sports media, they want to focus on, it's not about if you like what he says. Why don't you listen to what he says and look at what happened on the field and understand it? They have zero clue about this generation of football players, to be honest with you. It's almost like they're speaking one language and the football players are speaking another language, and they're not listening because they're so stuck in thinking that their opinion is the only thing that matters. Your opinion doesn't matter. If you're on air, you're supposed to give objective commentary on what actually happened,
Hmm.
not what you like and what you don't like on how he said it. That's petty.
It
Mhm.
That's
is.
petty.
It is.
That's hella petty. And I'm sorry, but that just pissed me off
No,
today
no.
to
You you
hear
you
that.
ha-
That
you
that's just hella petty. Oh, I don't think he should have said it. That was very aggressive. Aggressive?
If he went up there and said nothing, then you would be saying, "Oh, Shane went up there and said nothing. He must
Aggressive.
hate his coach." Like,
You know what was aggressive? Me listening to y'all day by day by day, have people call up to the station and you doubt, oh, I don't think he's a good quarterback. He's not even a top this. Guess what? Guess whether y'all like it or not, after this season, whether we win or lose the Super
hmm,
Bowl, that boy is going to get a yellow jacket. He's already broke enough records to do that.
yeah, he's first quarterback in 33 years to go
He's getting a yellow jacket.
back to the
Period.
Yeah.
Super Bowl.
It's a wrap.
Yo,
So
shout out
let it
to I gotta
go.
do this. I gotta do this to Shell to help you out. I gotta help you out real quick. Shout out to Ike Reese for defending our quarterback. Because you said, man, listen, he's the first quarterback in 33 years since Jim Kelly, who we actually physically compare those teams to our team because Jim
Mhm,
Kelly played within the system and he's a Hall of
mhm.
Fame quarterback, right? Uh, uh, I said John Elway didn't actually win a Super Bowl till he became a running team. To that team became a running team. So Jalen Hurts, once he wins the Super Bowl, yes, he goes in the conversation of legacy of winning, being able to say he's a Hall of Fame quarterback because he accomplished more than I hate to say this, Eli Manning. Even though Eli Manning has two Super Bowls, so if
Yeah,
he
but
wins the Super Bowl, he's
what
right
did
on
they
the tail.
win? But Eli Manning Super Bowl, would they have 9 wins when they won that Super
Yeah,
Bowl
they had 9 wins.
in the
That
regular
they went on
season?
defense. That was their defense that won the Super Bowl. Let's be honest.
You know what I'm
That was
saying?
the defense that helped get him there, but don't
It
get it
did,
twisted.
Yeah.
but
Eli won those things.
he beat Brady.
They got
Eli,
him there,
he
but
played
Eli
lots.
won
He
them.
played lights out. He played
Yeah,
lights
he
out.
played
I
lights
was
out.
cheering for the Giants that year. He played just because they were the underdogs. They got there. They wasn't even supposed to be there with 9 games. I was cheering for that. And when people fight through adversity, that's what impresses me the
Yeah.
most. If you could fight through adversity, you could fight through the naysayers, you could pull yourself up out of the depths and prove everybody wrong, that deserves respect. That doesn't deserve criticism. That doesn't deserve, oh, he's being carried. No, no. You don't think Saquon's being carried by this O line, the best in the league?
Man,
Stop playing with me.
hold up. What you're 100% right. I love this take, Dark Knight. Michelle, what you just said. Saquon is being carried not only by the offensive line but also by Jalen Hurts. Pat,
Because he's the
what are you
other
talking
threat.
about, Pat? What are you talking about, Pat?
Break it down.
Because Saquon Barkley was in New York, was trash offensive line. Let's be honest. They drafted some good players here and there,
So good.
but they had a quarterback and they ran a style offense where as though the quarterback could keep it at any given time. But Saquon never saw a day or time. What makes this offense works is these key pieces that's put in place. If there's no Jalen, there's no 2,000 yards Saquon, right? If there's no Saquon, there may not be no Super Bowl run for the Eagles. If there's no offensive line, there's no Jalen and
Nothing.
Saquon advancing. They all work together as a team. You need the 1, 2, and 3 pieces working together cohesively to form what we have as the Philadelphia Eagles.
And people don't understand that this is a team game. They
Hmm.
think they could plug any QB in and they could do it. No, it showed when Jalen wasn't in,
Yeah,
y'all. It shows when
yeah,
Jalen's not in there. It shows when we have our starting O lineman out. It shows when we didn't have our starting 2 receivers. All
hmm,
of this shows they are a unit. It's like it's like having a well-oiled engine. If one part goes down, the whole engine's messed up.
yes, it
No
is.
one part's going to carry the other engine without making it go tick 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 tick. That's not how it works. People need to stop with this whole narrative that there's different pieces carrying. No, they actually found a system where they found all the right pieces to put together, but it only works when they're all together. It doesn't work if Jalen's not there. It's not, you can't, this isn't a plug and play system here, y'all.
Correct.
This is not a plug and play system for those key positions. Those key areas have to work as a unit. They do not work by themselves. Saquon, like Pat said, Saquon's not rushing 2,000 yards without that O line and without that other threat of Jalen. Period. They're not going to open for the long ball for AJ to be go on the go route, or for Smitty to give me my twinkle toes.
Hmm.
None of this works without the other components of it. So, you know, learn the game, y'all. Learn the game. Learn the X's and O's, because a lot of y'all, all y'all do is talk Jimmys and Joes, and you need a little bit more X's and O's in your system.
Yeah, I love
All
that.
right,
You got to cut
let
that.
me
That got
bring
to
this.
be on.
Excuse me, David Wong. Not a big fan of Kellen Moore. I think he
My
made a
people.
mistake in the blowout, showing too much to KC. Those jet sweep plays to Devontae and Goddard. I think that. I think
David
that.
ain't never had me.
I think that he may have a little. There might be something there, right? But I don't blame him because you play to win the game, right? So you can't save anything because you won't have anything to pull out if you don't
Yeah.
make it to the big game. You got to pull out everything to make it to the big game. Now it's his job to
Facts.
go in there and dig deeper in the crates because I think that he did a great job on Sunday. I do really think that he did a great job in unleashing Jalen, the variety of plays, the seeing things that we hadn't seen in weeks. You know what I mean? I
Mhm.
like his play calling, and
I
he's
loved it.
going to
I
have
definitely
to
And
did.
David Wong
continue.
is my brother. Don't get it twisted, but I disagree. I'm
Yeah, I
glad he
disagree
opened up
also.
he
Got to. You
I'm
got to.
glad he opened up part of the playbook. I'm glad he gave them the ability, and word is that him and Jalen had a one-on-one prior to this game.
Right.
You know what I'm
Yeah, I
saying?
mean,
So I'm glad he opened
yeah.
that up to let them know, to shut people up. To shut people up. 55? 55 points, y'all. We scored
Yeah.
the most in.
We scored the Brandon Graham. We
Yeah.
scored the Brandon Graham. Hey, this show. This is like it's
And
like
they
the
still
17
don't
Eagles.
respect. Wait, and they still don't respect
It's
us.
okay. It's
Would
fine.
y'all want us to put up 60 on
It's
the
fine.
Chiefs before we get some respect?
We're gonna put up
Don't
42.
give them that challenge, y'all. Don't give them that challenge.
We're gonna
And
put up
here it is.
42.
Jalen says the gloves are coming off, which means that Kellen Moore has more in store for the big game. And
Period.
we know that we are going up against a good defense and
Hmm.
a excellent defensive coordinator in
Right.
Spags. He comes from our tree, right?
Hmm.
We're going to see a lot of blitzes. So I hope that Kellen is digging in his bag, digging in the crates, and giving Jalen some options to deal with that blitz that comes, right? Because we're going to see a lot of blitzing. Spags is a Jim Johnson disciple, so
Hmm.
we're going to see some blitz.
Yeah, it's and I hate to say this. I did take a look at that the AFC Championship game, and that fourth down blitz against Josh Allen. Right, it was a telltale sign when you have a corner. When you have a corner looking directly at the inside receiver, lined up face to face, and he's not making eye contact with the quarterback at any given time, he's not going to jam that corner. That's
Hmm.
easy. That's easy to pick up. That's the same thing that the Buccaneers did against us, right? Their inside slot corner will always blitz. You see him walking up to the line of scrimmage and getting the face of the receiver. He would never look at the quarterback because he was coming directly after the quarterback. We have to take those little keys this week of what Spags like to do. Go back to those championships that he won with the Giants. See how he liked to change up and have a different type of blitz. Go back to early this season, how he blitzed early this season.
Mhm.
Find those telltale signs, and you would beat this Kansas City Chiefs very handily if you can find those telltale signs. But this is a very tough task. Kellen Moore, I need you to step your game up
Oh,
this
he's going to
upcoming week.
have to
Yes, sir.
elevate that game. Vic
Definitely.
Fangio's going to have to just bring his Vic Fangio A game,
Mhm.
yeah, I see you, Michael Clark, with the disrespect. And I told y'all put some respect on his name. We don't do calling him Hurts or spelling it wrong or calling him Squirt. Put some damn respect on his name. And yes,
They
our
will
team
after this game.
needs him. Guess who made it to the Super Bowl in 22 without Saquon Barkley?
Mhm.
Jalen Hurts. Guess who put the game on his back to get us close to almost winning the Super Bowl? Jalen Hurts. Don't
Yep.
give me that mess.
We got to get on the
I
side on
told
that
y'all
one.
I done chose violence today. I am sick of the slander. I'm sick of the disrespect on all, not just Jalen, this entire team. The coach, Howie, somebody mentioned earlier, Howie got fourth in the GM vote. Fourth? Howie
Yeah, that's crazy.
whole league year after year after year for the past 3 years, past 4 years.
Hmm.
Put some respect on Howie's name.
Yeah.
Y'all wish you could have a deal maker on your as your GM as Howie. Come on, stop playing with me.
Facts.
I
That
want to take
is
a shot
fact.
off of that now.
Let's do a shot. Let's do a shot.
All right, let's do a shot. Oh man, you're watching Eagles talk and you're listening to the Queen of Eagles talk. Michelle is on a roll. Y'all done got her riled up.
Yes,
We
you
still
got
got a
me
week
riled
to
up.
go.
Shout,
Michelle,
hey, Miss
stop
Rachel.
it, y'all.
She said
Stop
he
it.
played the B sides of the Prince records. Yes, he
Yeah,
was. Yes,
yeah.
he was. He dug in the
He
crates.
dug in the
Wow.
crates.
He dug
This
in
is
the
by Eagles
crates.
fans, for Eagles fans, and here on Eagles Talk, we like to talk about our favorite football team. That is the Philadelphia Eagles. We do so in such a relaxed manner that we enjoy our favorite adult beverage in the form of shots. Pat is still doing the Woodford Reserve. Michelle is doing a what's that margarita? A
Yep.
green margarita.
Little
You
green
guys, let me
margarita.
know what you're doing out there, and let's take one for the team, literally. Down the hatch. 3, 2, 1.
You're now listening to the third quarter.
Let's gonna say the fourth quarter because
If
You are listening to the
yeah.
fourth quarter.
he called me, you bet you call me then, David. I ain't
You're
mad.
now
You call
listening
me.
to the fourth quarter.
Yeah, David said as soon as he lose 8 yards, he calling you.
That cool. I'll eat that. I eat that. But guess what? I stand 10 toes down. I've
Mm,
been standing 10 toes down on it every season. I told y'all when the O line wasn't pass blocking good enough. Nobody wanted to listen to me. Nobody wanted to listen to me. I
mhm,
told y'all that this team was going to make another run. Nobody wanted to listen to me.
mhm.
Yeah,
I told y'all our QB was that dude. Nobody wanted to listen to me.
yeah.
Just saying.
Michelle Auntie does not play when it comes
At
to
all.
No,
when it comes to
I
Salem.
know
If y'all
greatness
haven't
when
learned
I
that
see it.
yet,
I
then
know greatness when I see it. Oh, y'all wanted to get rid of Sirianni, Dante. But I
yeah, I
said
did.
he had a level of emotional IQ and he deserves to play this out.
Mhm,
Nobody wanted to listen to me. Look where Sirianni is today. Players, this man writes individual handwritten letters to his players to show that he cares about them outside of football when they're going through things. Malata tells a story about when his dad was sick. He thought he was in trouble, and all he wanted to know was how he was doing. He called him in the office just to ask him how his father was.
mhm.
You know what I'm saying? These men, these young men have brought into his system ever since he gave that flower speech that everybody made fun of. Ever since he, they do things like read books. They do things that people aren't used to because people don't have 2025 emotional intelligence. Y'all still think this is the 90s where it's just like rah 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 rah, and that's how you get productivity out of people. That's not how you get productivity out of this generation. And you better catch up or you're not going to be able to have a productive team as a coach. So, shout out to Sirianni for understanding that.
Shout out to
Somebody
Leg.
said, "How much tequila's in that margarita?" Damn.
I barely had enough.
Like,
I ain't even eat yet. That's the
but
problem.
no, she's right. She is absolutely right. I was one that wanted to run Sirianni out of town, and I've apologized, just like Eddie. I've already sent my apology letter, and I've been forgiven. But I do give him a lot of credit, and he should have enough time to write everybody individual notes because he don't have to do nothing. I'm only kidding. I'm only joking. I'm only joking. No, I love Sirianni. I love that the job that he's done this year, and the team definitely has bought in, and that was the biggest reason why I wanted him going because I really felt that he lost the locker room last year, and he has proven me wrong. If he had, he's definitely won them back,
Mhm.
and you see it. These guys are ready to run through a brick wall for him, and we kind of got on him about his personality, right? But his personality seems to be just perfect for the group of guys that he is coaching. His personality is perfect for them. We got
Yeah,
on him earlier for him yelling at the fans in the stand, but that's Philly like, yo.
it is Philly.
That is Philly like.
We said that. I said that earlier. Yeah, I said, "Yo, this
Yes,
coach is just like
He's so
he's
Philly.
it's like he's from South Philly."
He
Like,
does. Listen, he from Passyunk, y'all.
that's
Wait,
yeah.
listen. We got to address Wayne's thing because there is one concern in this. I was some of that concern dissipated the last game, but I'm not gonna lie, it still kind of eats at me, and I don't know what happened to my boy
we
Jakey's
we
Mojo.
indoors. We indoors. I had confidence in Jake this time.
Okay,
Missy Elliott. Y'all talking
Yeah,
about
yeah,
I have
I know
confidence
we
in
done
Jake.
nicknamed him Missy Elliott, y'all.
Missy
Stop
Elliott?
playing with
Oh my
me.
God! And I had confidence when he went for that kick. I was really like hoping, like I'm rooting for Jake. You know what I mean? Not only because him being accurate helps us, right?
Yeah.
I'm really concerned about Jake. Seriously, like this is so unlike him, and what's going on? Because I like Jake. I want to see him around,
I
right?
love Jake. I was
I don't
always
want,
he's earned the respect, but we have to just admit that this year was a tough year. There was, rumors that he might have had personal issues. I don't know.
Damn, Missy.
But it was just, but wait, to be fair, and let me give a fair assessment here. there was a lot of bad kicking this season.
Yeah.
Every
Yeah.
week, people were missing easy chip shots, and it was like you were getting a doink every game. Every game had a doink shot when it came to the kicking. So overall, there was a lot of suspect kicking this year. So it wasn't just our kicker that had issues. If
I
you
can't
if
let
you
that go,
watch,
man. I don't care what your mom used to say. I don't care
care
what
what
them
other
kids
people.
is doing. Your ass better not do it. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what them kids is doing over there. They might be missing and doinking, but your ass, Jakey, you better not be doing what they doing over here. If they jump out the roof, you gonna jump out the roof too? Huh? That's what you're telling me? No. Together, but I really do genuinely like this guy. If we recall back in 2017, Jake 61-yard kick against the Giants is what
Mhm.
started that run that year. And
It did.
run didn't end until the art museum parade. You know what I'm saying? So he has a special place in my heart because of that year and all the years after that of him consistent. But for some reason, I hope it's just this year. I really do, and I hope it was just those games prior to this one because I don't want to see it when it means something. But I do feel bad for him because he was kicking that field goal. I was just like, Jake will make this. He can make
Mhm.
it back. He can make
Can we talk about? I wanted to bring this comment up about Chris Cook. Hey, Chris. The O line has been great, and yes, I'm not saying the O line can't pass block. Let me just clarify that
Mhm.
they've been spotty. Some games their pass blocking is on 100. Other games, people are getting right through. That other defenses were playing very aggressive against them.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is that when you look at the game and people talk about, oh, he took a sack. Sometimes, if you're actually playing the game as a quarterback, you have to make a decision. And sometimes a sack actually is better than a pick. So, Jalen this year probably had more sacks, but what we wanted was for him not to throw interceptions. So, he has to pick his poison when a
right.
play breaks down. And the poison you're usually going to pick if you're a smart quarterback, take the sack. Just don't get 20 yards on that sack.
Yeah.
That's what you can control. But if you could take the sack close to the line of scrimmage, take the sack. Don't try take the sack or throw it away. But if you can't throw it away and they already got paws on you, don't try and throw it away when you're going down to the ground. That's hero ball. That's how you get
Right.
it intercepted. So sometimes you got to take the sack if you don't have the opportunity to throw the ball away so you don't use yardage, a lot of yardage. That's
I
my
mean,
take on that.
when you talk about that situation there, this guy. You're talking about. You go back to last year. And even the beginning of this year, he was turning the ball over at an alarming rate. It was
He was.
uncharacteristic for him, right?
Mhm.
They
Mhm.
went into that bye week. They had to sit down, and his priority became taking care of the ball.
Hmm.
And you gotta, you gotta pick your poison here. What do you want? What do you want? You want to win? You want no turnovers, or you want some hero,
Hero
dynamic
ball.
hero ball gunslinger? He
Yeah.
chose to
Definitely.
prioritize not turning the ball over.
Correct.
And I am glad, I'm so happy that he's done that because we've only lost one game since he's made that decision to prioritize and not turning the ball over. We've
And the
lost one game.
gunslingers are where the gunslingers at?
They're all home about to
They
They're
watch
in
no
this
no.
game.
Cancun.
They in
Right.
Cancun.
They in
Cancun.
Cancun.
Cancun on three. 1, 2, 3. Cancun. Please
This is
stop my
this is
phone.
this is not yesterday's league where you think gunslingers automatically equal Super Bowl. That's not how this league works anymore,
No,
y'all.
no,
These
no.
defenses, these boys are faster. The defensive schemes are more involved. They're more complex. Like there's a lot. The big boys, the D line can run faster than they could run 20
Yeah,
years ago, y'all.
that's facts.
I can actually see some variation where Cooper DeJean plays a huge role in this Super Bowl, being that inside defender and moving him over a Travis Kelsey in different situational types of football and bringing in Isaiah Rodgers to play another part of the slot. I could foresee that happening. Um, And yes, this nowadays this defense our players are much faster than they were yesterday. But the thing about it, they are lighter. That's why we're winning at the point of attack and rushing for so many doggone running yards. Because you're going against a Jared Verse who's excellent at pass rushing, but he's 6'4", 235, 40 pounds, going against a Jordan Malata who's 6'8", 340. Like he might be him on the pass rush, but going forward, he's going to lose that battle. So that's why this is definitely going to be a battle within the trenches, and I look forward to this actual game. I can't wait.
Oh,
Mhm.
that was you just brought up a very key matchup. You talk about DeJean on Travis, possibly. We're going to need that that coverage. We're going to need that sticky coverage on Travis. We just had a tight end, our old tight end, as a matter of fact, that gouged us over the middle after me talking about our pregame show of
Mhm.
letting
Mhm.
of relinquishing the least amount of yards to tight ends this past year.
Mhm.
Then we go out and allows Ertz to have a career day. Well, we can ill afford that in the Super Bowl facing the future Hall of Famer Travis Kelsey,
Yeah.
who
Mhm.
has come alive in this postseason after being in hibernation this year. Right, he's come alive.
He's
He's
an
preserved
exquisite
his
route
body.
runner.
He's extended his body, and he's able to play full bore now, and
Mhm.
that's Pat's guy. So we're going to, I mean Mahomes, that's Mahomes' guy. So we're definitely going to have to be sticky on him
Yeah, that
on Sunday.
that that's that's a that's a that's a place
That's
of worry because don't get it twisted. He is a slick ass route runner. You know
he
what I'm
is.
saying?
He is. He
He's
gets open.
he knows how to get open, and that's also some of my critique of our receivers is being slick with your route running. Because
Mhm.
sometimes, if you have gone back through the tape, a, a lot of Jalen sacks are coverage sacks
Yeah. Mhm.
because they are white on rice with our receivers. And remember when Dotson got that, he was the only one of them that decided to let me break out and help my quarterback out and
Mhm.
come and find some separation and find a soft pocket. I don't see that a lot from our play design because it's not designed to give, if the play breaks down, it's not designed for them to come back to the receiver, or I'm sorry, come back and to the quarterback, or
Mhm.
let me give me another extra second to find an open pocket. That's one criticism I had of AJ Brown. I'm like, yes, he's a ball and receiver, but there's sometimes when AJ doesn't work as hard as I want him to get that
Yeah.
separation.
So
Real
the
talk. And I love
you
him
heard
to
me.
death, and he's one of the best receivers in the league. But there have been times he did it in the last game, but that very next play after guy had paws on him, he manned up and
He
got
did.
that separation.
He did. AJ could when he plays, right? He plays. But the one comment you just put about JM about putting a rookie DB on Travis Kelsey, I don't know if you watched the games with the Eagles this year. DJ cannot play man to man with a tight end as a caliber as Travis Kelsey. He's good to be over top of him, okay? But Dijon is a better cover. The reason why we were much better covering tight ends is because we had N'Kobe Dean. N'Kobe Dean understood leverage, understood where he needed to be, and that helped Zach Bond get to where he needed to get to make particular plays. Oren Burks doesn't have that down yet. He's still getting it, even though he's a fumble forcing son of a gun. He has some things where he get lost in coverage, and you saw that this game where Zach Ertz got over 100 yards receiving. Um, but I really think the one we're worried about me is they have a Xavier Worthy, who's the fastest guy in the NFL this year. And you have we haven't mentioned the Anthony Hopkins and Juju Smith Schuster, right? There are other receivers out there that can get open for Pat Mahomes, but I really think this is going to be a very good test for our secondary, who's been very good this year. They're the number one scoring defense. They don't really let allow passing, um, deep passes on them. I think this is going to be a dink and dunk for the Chiefs. They understand they can't go deep against this because he's not going to hold that line's not going to hold that long for them.
Mm-mm.
Well, and that's just it, because Andy and Mahomes will dink and dunk you all the way down the field. If they,
Yes, they
you know,
will.
they
Yes,
will.
they will.
There's no time limit on when they put the points up. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, they're not in a rush. They will take 3 yards here, 4 yards there, 3 yards. You know what I mean? So,
Hmm.
but
Hmm.
I like Fangio. I
That
like
clock
what he's been doing.
management.
Yeah, he's clock management, and we're going to have to counter that with clock management also.
Hmm.
Yeah.
We're going to have to counter that by methodically moving the ball down the field. And I thought we did a great job at that, except for
Yeah.
when, Saquon breaks
It
his head.
burns me. He didn't do that when he was in Philly for almost a decade. That was like my only complaint when Andy Reid was here.
Sometimes you
Right.
learn after the fact, you know.
Yeah.
But damn, Pat, 10
Yeah.
I
years.
know.
I was like,
I
wow, you want to do your clock management now? We was asking you for clock
I
management for
know.
5
I know.
seasons, bro.
I know.
He was
But
past
Are you
that,
that's
talking to
man.
KC?
He wasn't even running the ball
that's
like
why I
that.
think
Like,
they're vulnerable this year. That's why I think they're prone for
Damn.
upset um in the Super Bowl because they haven't really got out to a prominent lead in sustain. It's always been back and forth ball control there and there. And you're looking at one of the best teams when it comes to ball control. We had a drive that was 10 minutes, 10 plus minutes. We're the second highest rushing yards team in the NFL for us team wise. Like we hold the ball. I think we're number 3 with time of possession or number 5 in time of possession. So we have the ability to be better than the team that we're about to face when it comes to that time of possession, and we're going to have to be because let's be honest. Andy Reid and Spags together has did something dynamic with that Kansas City Chiefs team with Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce. And no matter what receivers they have or running backs they have been dynamic and been able to win games regardless of circumstances, even though the rest might have help them in here and there. I think we paid the refs a little bit bigger bag this year, hopefully.
all right, we're gonna get out of here. We going way too far.
It's been fun with y'all. I mean, I know we're in a new platform that some didn't like, but I loved all the new people that came on, whether you
Yeah.
was an Eagles fan or not. Great discussion with everybody.
Mhm.
JM, we got Gregory. Just shout out Gary. All the new people. Y'all
Yeah,
awesome.
shout out.
Y'all awesome.
Look at the
Definitely,
last
definitely.
comment.
Make sure you hit the subscribe button, and nothing but
He said, "Damn." I know Big Red done matured. He doing commercials
Yeah.
and stuff, but no, I was high. I was low key mad his first couple of seasons, and then when he started doing really good clock management, I was like, damn, you couldn't do that in Philly.
All right, man.
Really?
We're going to see you guys nothing on Sunday, huh? So we'll see you guys next Thursday, and we'll be
I
back
won't
in
be
the
here.
live
I'll
stream.
be in DC.
You'll be in DC? Okay, all right.
Yeah, I'll be in
Be in
DC for
DC.
work.
All right.
I'll be
Make sure
here.
you let the commanders know we kicked their ass. We
Come back and
mollywop
join us,
them.
JM. Come back and join
Yeah,
us.
come
We
back and
actually
join us.
talk football here, not just
Yeah, no
we not
doubt.
emotional.
We
We
took
get a
talk.
little emotional, but we actually talk X's and O's in this joint.
Yeah, we do. When you get to DC, make sure to remind them that we put belt to ass on Sunday. Let
Yo,
them
they
know
took that comment from me, Dark Knight. I said that comment Sunday. They took that comment from me and been running with it everywhere.
All right, belt
Listen,
to asses.
they
All right,
took
we'll see you
my
guys.
right checks that your ass can't cash comment that I had sent
Uh-huh.
to my
Yeah.
homie that then ended up on air, that then ended up on air for the
And
rest of the day.
We'll see you guys next Thursday, man, as we get ready for the Super Bowl coming up. We got to figure out where we're going to be at. So, you guys on our way out, we'll do it. Well, Pat always does shots. He's just a young Thundercat. So, look, do a shot on the way out, man. Everybody have a great week. Get ready. It's Super Bowl week next week, man. We'll see you guys then. We're out.
Thanks for tuning in.
Peace.
Jeez.
We go live in 5, 4, 3, 2. Smash him up, crack that fool. Quarterback whack, yo, sack that fool. Hit him, 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 hit him. Smash.